What's the most random fact you know? The sound of her twisted neck in The Exorcist was a leather wallet. A ton of sound in nature documentaries are Foley like that, because recording visuals at the necessary distance is much easier than recording sound. Bat wings are often leather gloves, for example. In Russia, beer was a soft drink until 2011, then it became an alcoholic drink. Kinda gets me. Yeah, it's kind of crazy how it was sold everywhere to anyone just like soda for a long time. I'm Russian and I remember visiting when I was 12 and my cousins a year older than me went up to a beach shop and bought everyone beer. I was so confused. Some cats are allergic to people. Rabbits can be allergic to rabbits. Wait, so they are allergic to themselves? Yep. We had one that was allergic to his own fur. If we stopped his allergy meds for a few days he would go mental and start ripping his fur out. He was absolutely crazy until we worked it out. Poor dude. Bottled water expiration dates are for the bottle, not the water. After a while, the plastic will start leaching into the liquid. What about when you leave it in the car and it gets warm? Is that weird taste the plastic in my water? Help me, water bottle guru. From National Geographic. Drinking from a single water bottle left in the hot sun won't hurt you, but experts say consumers should avoid persistent exposure to plastic containers left in extreme heat. From House Beautiful, leaving water bottles in your car during summer is a bad idea, and not just because chemicals from the plastic can leach into your water when it gets hot. A plastic bottle of water can set your car seat on fire if sunlight hits it at just the right angle. A couple of different perspectives. Hope this helps. Kangaroos can't hop backwards. I don't care how drunk you get, 9 years from now you and friend will be in Australia, and when he gets attacked by one you'll instinctively yell get behind him. And emus can walk backwards and they are both on our Australian emblem for that reason. Is it supposed to so we won't go backwards or something? I thought emus are on your emblem because they conquered you. History is written by the victors. When penguins can't find love, they waddle off to die alone. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle waddle. Till the very next day. Bum 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 bar bar bum. There's a hoax fact that people eat spiders in their sleep at night. There's a hoax within the hoax that this was invented by a researcher trying to show how bad information spreads on the internet. Wait, so was it a hoax that this was made to analyze spread on the internet? What's your source on that? The only source for that is a Snopes article which attributes the study to Lisa Holz in a magazine called PC Professional from 1993. There never was a magazine with that name, and there's no record of there ever being a tech journalist named Lisa Holz from the 90s. Snopes invented a myth to debunk a myth. A single tiger killed 434 people in India. That tiger is known as the Champawat tiger, and here is the synopsis that you would see if you Google Champawat tiger. Champawat tiger description: the Champawat tiger was a Bengal tigress responsible for an estimated 436 deaths in Nepal and the Kumaon area of India, during the last years of the 19th century and the first years of the 20th century. Her attacks have been listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest number of fatalities from a tiger. Rubber grows wild in South America, but can't be grown in large plantations there because of blight in the soil. Way back when, rubber plants were brought to Southeast Asia, where there is no blight, and that is the source of most of the world's rubber. This was in the era of steam travel, and the length of the voyage from South America to Southeast Asia was enough to kill blight microbes. Now that we're in an age where thousands of people can go from South America to Southeast Asia in a day, though, this is no longer the case. As such, there are serious protocols about shoes and clothing when going onto rubber plantations, and if blight were to become established in those areas, they too would become inhospitable to industrial rubber production, which would be hugely problematic, since real rubber, not latex, is necessary for things like airplane tires, heart valves, and a bunch of other incredibly important shit. It would be really bad if we lost these production sites. Fun fact, the reason why speeds were restricted in America during WWII was to conserve rubber. With Japan having claimed the rubber production fields in Southeast Asia, our supply was cut off and we had to reduce consumption, among other strategies. The easiest way to do that was to slow the rate at which tires wore out, and the easiest way to do that is to drive more slowly. In an effort to solve the problem, the US government tried two concurrent strategies. 1. Develop a blight-resistant rubber plant, allowing for domestic allied production, and 2. Scale up industrial latex production. When the war ended, there was a plantation in Puerto Rico that held some serious promise for path number 1, but since path number 2 was so industrially intensive, it meant that there were jobs associated with it in tons of congressional districts, and any legislation cutting funding affecting those jobs was extremely hard to pass. As such, when we were once again granted access to the Southeast Asian rubber plantations and the pressure was off, funding for domestic rubber overall was cut, but funding for the Puerto Rican plantation was eliminated entirely and the potentially world-changing plant that may have been produced there with it. The average strawberry contains less sugar than the average lemon. Watermelons are 98% water, give or take a percent due to my bad memory. Melons and bananas are berries, but strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are not. A pineapple is not a single fruit. It is a colony of up to 300 fruitlets that grow into a single mass on the top of a small bush. The cashew is inedible before roasting due to toxic substance which covers it. It grows on the end of the cashew fruit, which is delicious but not suited for travel. The giraffe has the same number of vertebrae in its neck as we do. They're just very long. The giraffe was once believed to be incapable of producing sound. It was eventually discovered that it made sounds too deep for the human ear to hear. The Fahrenheit and Celsius scales intersect at -40. The Kelvin and Fahrenheit scales intersect at 574.59. Time to test that theory. Florida, here I come. The rectal temperature of a chicken is approximately 107 F. This is a fact I need to now unlearn. A blue whale can't swallow anything bigger than a grapefruit. Human birth control pills work on female gorillas. You can inject liquid gold into your inflamed joints for relief. The sky is violet, not blue. We don't have the visual machinery to see its true color. Most cave painters in prehistory were likely women. The inside of your cheek is structurally the same as the inside of a vagina. Semen is not made just in your balls. You can get a stroke that takes away your ability to read but not your ability to recognize letters written in your hand. The English used the term soccer before Americans did. Many Native American tribes owned slaves and fought for the Confederacy. Elephants are the only mammals with 4 forward-facing knees. Horses can't vomit. Dolphins frequently masturbate and participate in gangbangs. The names Olivia, Jessica and Miranda were made up by Shakespeare. Wendy by J. M. Barrie. Vanessa by Jonathan Swift. You missed one last one. 99% of Redditors reading this comment ran their tongue along the inside of their cheek after reading number 5. Most laugh tracks used in sitcoms were recorded in the early 1950s. So most of the time, you are hearing dead people laugh. Well, thanks for making me sleep tonight. Did you know the human eye can see more shades of green than any other color? That's why night vision devices are greenscale. Honey never goes bad. There is honey recovered from jars in Egyptian tombs dating back millennia that is still edible and not rotten, and they used it not only as a food source but as part of preparation rituals for their embalming of the mummies. Caramelized jerky. On average 24 people die each year from champagne corks. The Soviet Union existed for 68 years, 11 months and 26 days. We were this close to greatness. 4 more days. The male giraffe will continuously headbutt the female in the bladder until she urinates. The male then tastes the pee and that helps it determine whether the female is ovulating. If she is, it's business time. I feel like there might be an easier way to find out. Male octopuses rip their penis off and throw it to a female octopus, telling them to literally go fuck themselves. Louisiana is larger than England. Louisiana is the smallest state that is larger than England. There are an additional 30 states that are even larger. Spicy is a pain, not a taste. A pig's orgasm lasts for 30 minutes. Your wife is a lucky lady. Nice, very nice, very very nice. Every word goes to number 4. For example, the word alternative has 11 letters, the word 11 has 6 letters, the word 6 has 3 letters, the word 3 has 5 letters, the word 5 has 4 letters, and finally, 4 has 4 letters. It's also the plant's way to tell you to fuck off.